good conversation. I know some people think it's fairy tale. I don't know if it's all fairy tale, man. I understand that it's far fetched, but I'm telling you right now, the Eagles want Myles Garrett. Now, maybe John's right. Maybe Andrew Berry will not be willing to part with Myles Garrett, but the part of the equation where it won't work will not have to do with the Eagles saying no. I promise you that. Okay, the Eagles are willing to send 3 first-round picks. So anybody out there that thinks the Eagles won't, why would they send 3? I guarantee you, if Myles Garrett is made available or they are willing to trade Myles Garrett, the Eagles would not blink at 3 first-round picks. They will do it. They were willing to do 2 plus more and $47 million for Micah Parsons. They were willing to do it. The Cowboys just didn't want to trade in the NFC East. That's the first smart decision that Jerry's ever made. All right? So, I tell you guys, woo! I don't get giddy about football very often. Myles Garrett and Eagle Green, I am literally booking the parade float. If Myles Garrett wears Eagle Green, all right, I will be insufferable to many of you nerds. All right? Please, Myles. Come on, Howie. Come on, Howie. Make it happen, Howie. Eduardo says you got to love trade deadlines. Eduardo, I'm telling you right now, this is not just like a, hey, it's a trade deadline. Let's talk about getting Myles Garrett. It's not that. It's not that. Not that. Do the Browns not want to trade Myles Garrett? Obviously, they don't. There is real conversation that the Eagles would be willing to send 3 first-round picks for Myles Garrett. Will that be enough to move the Browns? Maybe it's not. But to sit here and act like it's just a rumor and fairy tale is incorrect. It is incorrect. And I just had John on for 2 hours. What did John tell you that? John would tell you that. John hates bullshit narratives. He knows that if he became available, the Eagles would do it. It's not just fairy tale combo. I mean, it is in the sense of will they trade him, but the Eagles are willing to do it. And by the way, the Brian Pumper, Twiz, I'm going to put you in a blender. I see Twiz in here. Well, why would you trade 3 first-round picks for Myles fucking? It's Myles Garrett. It's Myles fucking Garrett. What are we holding the 3 first-round picks for, Twiz? Seriously, what are we holding on to 3 first-round picks for when you're talking about Myles Garrett? Anybody who says they don't want Myles Garrett in Philly is fucking delusional. That's like saying, nah, could have got Reggie White. Nah, man, I'm good. I'm good on that. You know what? Reggie White? Nah, we don't need him. Why would we want Reggie White? We got Nolan Smith. We don't need Reggie White. We don't need Reggie. Come on, man. Here's Twiz. Who said that? Who said we aren't getting him because they just paid him? Look at the contract, Twiz. It's very tradable. 20 mil dead cap this year, 40 next year, and the Eagles could eat some of that for the Browns. By the way, he's making $7 million less than Micah Parsons right now. He's already a steal. He's already a steal, and the cap's going to go up another $20 million next year, maybe more. Yeah, 29. Dang, if there's anybody playing to 35, it's Myles Garrett. The dude is a fucking machine. He literally looks like he was made in a lab. He looks like he was created in a laboratory. And he plays like he was too. I know we joke about Madden all the time, but if there's ever a player in the league that resembles the guy that you turn up to 99 on every metric and they just dominate every game, it's Myles Garrett. Nobody can block him. Listen to Lane Johnson talk about Myles Garrett. Listen to Lane Johnson talk about him. Woo! Bring me Myles. Bring me Myles. Bring me Myles. Come on, Howie. Come on, Howie. We're going to Broad Street if we get Myles Garrett. Keith says it takes two. Keith, you're not wrong. That's the context we added in the entirety of the show today. I think we talked about it at length. I think we added every necessary bit of context necessary for that conversation. Obviously, the Browns have to agree to it. But I have never heard that the Eagles are willing to part with 3 first-round picks in my life. All right? The Eagles are willing to part with 3 first-round picks for this player. Now I understand what John is saying. Andrew Berry was schooled in the Howie Roseman camp. You don't trade great players and they're a quarterback away. First of all, I think that's bullshit. They've literally sucked for 30 fucking years. And now all of a sudden the Browns are a quarterback away. He's a 29-year-old edge rusher. He's making $40+ million. Your team is 2-6. You are last in the division with 3 teams that have an under 500 record. 3 teams in that division are under 500. 3 of them. And the worst one of them all is the Cleveland Browns, per usual. Like, at some point, it's like, Andrew, just let go, bro. You need to rebuild. 7 first-round picks. They will have 7 first-round picks. I understand Myles Garrett's a Hall of Fame player. Why would you get rid of a Hall of Fame player? If you're being objective and honest, as John always says is one of the hardest things for a GM to do, what would be better for the future of the Cleveland Browns? Having Myles Garrett for the next 3 years or having 7 first-round draft picks? That might give them a fighting chance to get a quarterback, which they probably still won't do because it's been, as Daz pointed out to me, since Bernie fucking Kosar 30 years ago. Think about that. I mean, be honest. If you're the Browns GM, I understand. Why would you trade a Hall of Fame player? You're the Browns. You're 2-6. You have 2 quarterbacks that are both rookies and both right now stink. I don't know what Shador might be. Maybe he doesn't stink. Dylan Gabriel looks like a bag of balls. He fucking stinks. What are you holding on to a 30-year-old edge rusher for that's making $40 million? Really? Is that what you need to turn the Browns around? I get it. He's an unbelievable player. What's more valuable to the Browns right now? 7 first-round picks in the next 3 years. They'll have 3 first-rounders in the upcoming NFL draft, or 30-year-old Myles Garrett. I'm sorry, but this makes sense from the Browns' perspective, and I get John's point. John's premise, though, the entire premise is you don't let great players walk out the room. All right, well, if you're the Eagles, yeah, you don't. If you're the Eagles, yeah, you don't. If you're the Browns, what are you holding on to that for? What are you holding on to that for? Yeah, dang, they are hoeing Sanders. They should play Sanders because Dylan Gabriel sucks. Zander, you operating on pure delusion. No, I'm not, Pumper. It's a real report that the Eagles are willing to part with 3 first-round picks. If you think a general manager is not going to at least pick up the phone when 3 first-round picks are being offered, you're the one who's fucking delusional, Pumper. As you usually are. 3 first-round picks. Every GM in the league is picking up the phone, my friend. Every GM in the league is picking up. Wait a second. Wait. 3 first? All right, let's talk. Doesn't mean I'm going to do the deal. 3 first-round picks, and you think they're not even taking the call? I think you're the delusional one, my friend. Fucking 3 first-round picks for a 30-year-old edge rusher. Are you kidding me? Micah Parsons is not the player, but at least he's 26. At least he's 26. And by the way, the Browns are in the AFC. Who cares if they send him to the Eagles? He's in the NFC. Anybody that thinks the Browns can contend in the next 3 years is more delusional than Pumper. That was my biggest knock on John today. He's acting like the Browns are like close. The Browns are fucking close. The Browns have never been close. And the only time they got close, they decided to get rid of that quarterback. That's how fucking stupid that organization is. And for all the talk of Andrew Berry being from the Howie Roseman camp and the Howie Roseman tree, and he does business like Howie Roseman, yeah, well, it doesn't look like it. They're 2-6 again. They suck again. How many years has Andrew Berry been their general manager? I mean, you can talk like you're Howie Roseman all you want. You're not. Howie's team is good every year. The Browns suck every year. Sorry, but this guy ain't Howie. Andrew Berry might be a fine GM. He ain't Howie Roseman or anything close. So the thought process that the Browns are going to be contending in the next 3 years or the next 48 months, if you will, is delusional. That is what's delusional. The Browns contending in the next 3 years. Give me a fucking break. Give me a break. The Browns are nowhere near contention. And by the way, Myles has a no-trade clause. He's slamming his helmet last week with 5 sacks. You don't think he's in the GM's office? You don't think he's in the head coach's office? What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? The guy's a Hall of Fame player. How many winning seasons has Myles Garrett been a part of? How many years in Myles Garrett's career, because he's always been a great player, how many years have they finished above 500? Let's look it up. How long has Myles been in the NFL? A decade? A decade? Let's look. 2016, they were 1-15. 2017, they were 0-16. 2018, they were 7-8-1. 2019, they were 6-10. 2020, the outlier, they were 11-5. 2021, they were 8-9. 2022, they were 7-10. 2023, they were 11-6. 2024, they were 3-14. And 2025, they are 2-6. There's been 2 years in Myles Garrett's fucking career where they have finished above 500. 2 years. 2. And you're going to look at me and say, hey, the Browns are close. The Browns are close. Dude, come on. Come on. Original says it's kind of his fault he's still there. I think they lied to him. I think they told him they were getting him a quarterback. Remember, this offseason, he was requesting a trade. I need out of Cleveland. I want to go win. I want to go win, is what Myles Garrett was saying. I think they lied to him straight up. I think they said, we're getting you a quarterback. And then they gave him Dylan fucking Gabriel. And then that resulted in Myles taking his helmet and bashing it off the turf. They told him they were getting him a quarterback. They delivered him Dylan Gabriel on a silver platter. Now he's like, you guys have to be kidding me. You told me you were getting me a quarterback, not Dylan fucking Gabriel. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. Holy moly. Myles, we're getting you a quarterback. Just hang on. We'll make you the highest paid edge, and we're going to go get you a quarterback. Here's Dylan Gabriel. Huh? Dylan Gabriel's a stiff. He's a stiff. And a third-round pick was egregious for him. Third-round pick for Dylan Gabriel. The guy's a stiff. He's an absolute stiff, a dusty stiff. And Myles Garrett is about to lose his mind over there. Come on, Myles! If I'm Myles, I am in the GM's office today. I will waive my no-trade clause to the Philadelphia Eagles. You take those 3 ones. I'm not playing here anymore for this shitty organization. What a dog shit organization. What an absolute train wreck of an organization. They got two teams in their division are 3-5. 2 teams, and they're still worse. They're still at the bottom of the division. They can't even level up in the division when the rest of the division blows. They can't even level up when Joe Burrow gets hurt and Lamar Jackson gets hurt. The other 2 teams with good quarterbacks absolutely blow, and they still can't surpass them. That's how bad the Cleveland Browns are. That's how bad the Cleveland Browns are. Holy moly. Myles Garrett in Philly, I'll see you on Broad Street. I will see you on Broad Street. I'm telling you, man. I think they cut Kenny Pickett, didn't they? Or what they do with Kenny Pickett? Is he on injured reserve? Where's he? Let's look it up. That's right. We gave him Kenny Pickett. I forgot about that. Well, what's Kenny Pickett up to now? Is he even there anymore? Oh, he's with the Raiders now. Is that right? Is he with the Raiders? You're telling me Kenny Pickett's not even there anymore. He's with the Raiders. They traded for Flickett. They traded for Flickett. He's with the Raiders. That organization makes every wrong decision. If I ever hear again that Andrew Berry is like Howie Roseman, my head is gonna fucking explode. It's gonna explode. Yeah, this guy's a lot like Howie. Yep. This guy's a lot like Howie. Oh my moly. Oh me holy moly. By the way, put a quarterback. They don't have receivers. They don't have shit. Their offensive line is old and getting worse. The Browns would be fools not to take this deal. They would be fools. And Andrew Berry, if he holds on to it for another year, we need just Myles, one more year. One more year, give us Myles. Dylan Gabriel's coming, my friend. Holy shit. This is so funny. This is so funny. I still can't believe John was telling me that Cleveland was close. I get his point of you can't operate like that if you're a GM, but it contradicts his point of the hardest thing for general managers to do is be honest. John says that on this show a couple times a week. He says it on the show. And what are the Browns doing? Not being honest with themselves. They had a quarterback room with 5 freaking quarterbacks. Every one of them sucks. Joe Flacco couldn't do shit there for all the people saying they're close. He goes to Cincinnati, all of a sudden the dude's dealing. They ain't close. Exactly, Brandon. You're certified ass cheeks, and somebody's offering you 3 first-round picks, and I'm supposed to believe they're going to say no? That's what I call bad business. That is bad business. If you're a GM and you suck once again, and you're 2-6 once again, I mean, this guy's off reputation alone, Andrew Berry. The guy stinks. The guy stinks. He's done nothing. They had a quarterback that got rid of him. He's now 6-2 in Tampa Bay. Let's go to some super chats. All right. JD3. What up, JD? I just think if they planned on moving on, they would have in the offseason. They knew they were trash in May. They could have gotten picks and no contract. Yeah, JD, they told him they were getting him a quarterback, and then they delivered him Dylan Gabriel on a silver platter, JD3. And that has resulted in 5 sacks in a game for Myles Garrett and him slamming his helmet into the ground so hard it broke. They played him. They played Myles Garrett. Andrew Berry's a fool. And I might put Andrew Berry on my shit list, by the way. If I hear ever again, that this guy is comparable to the general manager of the 2-time Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles, my head's going to fucking explode. Oh, yeah, well, he worked with Howie. He worked with Howie one time. So that means he's going to be really good. What? They objectively suck balls. And by the way, it's not like the owner's not willing to pay money. Jay Shaw, what up, Jay? Best part of the day is when Zander gets on one and starts yelling. Really, some people hate it. It is what it is. Like yesterday with the Stunad comment. Funny as fuck. Hey, guy couldn't even fucking spell the word right, calling me a Stunad. He's a Stunad. Dirty Air says, when John saw the dead cap hit, his tone changed from not happening to, well, he'd have to do something wrong. Dirty Air, you're very right about that. Those dead cap hits aren't crazy, my friend. Those dead cap hits are not crazy. They aren't crazy. Howard, I agree. 3-peat if we got Myles. Assuming he stayed healthy, which he has his whole career basically, yeah, 3-peat. Might go 4-peat with that dude. Wait a second. Think about this. All these fans who are saying, why would you straight 3 first-round picks? Oh, no. You could have the modern-day Reggie White and the modern-day, hopefully, Jerome Brown and Jalen Carter on your defensive line, and you're like, no, keep the picks. We need those picks in the future. Why? So we can draft another Nolan Smith? Really? Really? Twiz. Yeah, you're right, Twiz. You're right. I still believe in Santa Claus. That was a good one, Twiz. Boy, Twizzler, you really proved your point that way, Twiz. Holy moly. Twiz is on fire, everybody. He has now given you why he is correct. Twiz the Jigga says, I believe in Santa still, and that proves that the Eagles should not or would not trade for Myles Garrett. Yeah, Twiz, that's a real good one to build an argument on, Twiz. Zander believes in Santa. Oh, man, Twiz. How will I recover? How will I recover, Twizzler? Here's Penn. Can Jihad, Nolan, and 2 firsts get it done? I would do it. But I don't think they'll go with that. I don't think they'll go that route. I think they'd rather go 3 first-round picks than get rid of Jihad. Why are you getting rid of Jihad? He's a first-round pick that's going to work, and he's young on a rookie deal. You're going to need rookie deals, especially with paying a player like Myles. Here's Corporate B-Pop. What's delusional is thinking we had the best package to offer in the first place. There is not another team in pro football, Brian Pumper, that will offer 3 first-round picks. Take it to the bank. There is not another team in pro football that has a roster as good as ours who would be willing to give up 3 first-round picks. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Are there other teams who have better draft picks? Sure, maybe. None of them will give 3 ones. None of them. Because all their rosters stink too. None of them have a roster as good as the Eagles. None of them. If you're going to call me delusional, at least put some fucking proper context on it, pump. JD3, this feels like Trayvon Walker on roids. I agree. That's a good way to put it. Here's Maxton. What's up, Maxton? Shawinski. Shawinski? Am I pronouncing that wrong? It's like a Polish name. Shazinski? I don't know. You got to tell me if I'm way off there. They done lied to his name. No way they can say no to this deal. I agree, Max, and they lied to him. Hey, we're getting you a quarterback. Here's Dylan fucking Gabriel. I said, you got to be outside your mind. You told me you were getting me a quarterback, and you deliver me Dylan Gabriel? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Dirty Air says, Garrett, Carter, the best linebackers in football, Q and Coop, Owen, oh, Dirty Air. It doesn't take, you don't have to be that smart of a guy or that smart of a football fan to realize that defense will terrorize the NFL. 2 great corners, 2 great linebackers, and 3 great defensive line players. Who gives a shit about Jalix, Nolan, any of these guys? I don't even care about a Jomo or Davis. You got Carter and Garrett on the same defensive line with Coop and Quinion as your corners and Bond as your linebacker? Dude, I seriously don't think people are thinking this through. I don't think people are thinking about this the right way. But here's Twiz. You believe in Santa. We're not trading 3 first-round picks. The Browns are close. All right, Twiz. All right, Twizzler. Real Rich. Z, 3 firsts. What else you offering for Garrett? Because those are more like second-round picks because they're so damn good. And they won't view it like that, Rich, because this is why. They're not going to take 7 selections in the first round of the next 3 years. What it gives them is 100% optionality. Remember, Rich, the Browns have their own first-round pick this year. They have the Jaguars' first-round pick this year, and then they would have the Eagles' first-round pick. They would have 3 first-round picks this year. Now, if you're a smart GM, wait, Andrew Berry, once again, he's like Howie Roseman, right, everybody? Remember what Howie did when he had multiple first-round picks? He traded back from 6 to 12, picked up another first-round pick in the following year. He parlayed those 2 first-round picks into multiple ones for future years, and we ended up with Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Jordan Davis, Jahad Campbell, Quinyon Mitchell. That's what it gives them. It's not about they're sitting at the end of the first round. That's not what it's about. It's giving Cleveland all of the assets they need to rebuild their football team because they suck. Myles Garrett or not, the team sucks. They suck. They will be able to shake and bake and move and trade and move up and go get their quarterback or bring in a reclamation quarterback, whatever they want to do. That's where they are. 7 first-round picks for a team that is 2-6 is more valuable than Myles Garrett for them. It just is. It's just true. And Myles Garrett for us is more valuable than 3 first-round picks. Holy shit. I can't believe that that people need to be convinced that Myles Garrett is worth it for us. Here's corporate beef. Zander, that's a Jamaican take. The Lions, Chiefs, Rams, Patriots, and plenty of other teams would do it. This amateur hour. Horrific take Friday. You think the Lions, the Chiefs, the Rams, and the Patriots will send 3 first-round picks? Is that right, Brian Pumper? You really honestly believe that? First off, cross the Patriots off the list. That roster needs a lot of fucking work. They're not trading 3 first-round picks for 1 player. The Chiefs, they've never done that. They get rid of good talent to bring back picks. They're not trading 3 first-round picks. The Lions, maybe because Brad Holmes is aggressive. But they just paid an edge rusher $45 million. Now you think they're going to trade 3 first-round picks and inherit 40 more? Pumper, think about what you're saying. Think. Use your fucking brain. Think. Oh, yeah, they just paid $45 million. Now let's get rid of 3 first-round picks and bring in another $40 million edge. Illogical. Illogical. The most logical team in the NFL that makes sense for Myles Garrett is the Eagles. That's not an Eagle homer saying that. The most logical team that makes sense is the Eagles. It's the Eagles. It's not the Lions, the Chiefs, the Rams, or the Patriots. Whew. Logic out the window. They just paid the man. Twiz. Bullshit. Logic out the window. He was requesting a trade 6 months ago, Twiz. The fuck are you talking about? They gave the guy a 2-year extension on top of what he had left. And they gave him a no-trade clause. With a $20 million dead cap hit. As John pointed out earlier in the show, that's great contract work by Andrew Berry. That contract is movable and tradable, Twiz. The only one in delusion land is fucking you. Now, if they say no, sure, they might say no. That would make them even more stupid. I disagree with this. Curtis says, Zander, the trade makes sense for both teams. If they said no, it would have already happened. Bullshit, Curtis. You don't make a trade with Myles Garrett on a win. He's the best player in pro football. Those deals take time to come together. What's that old slogan or that old rule or whatever the hell they call it, law, where when you have a timeline to do something, you will fill up the timeline to do it or whatever it is. JD3 says, I don't think it happens, but I have my Howie pom-poms on, and if it does happen, I'll go full M. Reyes. Me too. I don't think it'll happen either, but I'm trying to explain to all of these people that they're stupid for thinking we shouldn't be in this conversation. Kimberly says, Z, Trayvon Walker who? Right kidney for him. I'm with you, Kimberly. All right? I'm with you, Kimberly. I'm with you. Here's Brian. Brian, you must also believe that the Browns are close. You must also believe that the Browns are close. What's that roll call? What is that thing called? Where you take all the time that you have to complete a task or something. What the fuck does a Jamaican take mean, Pumper? Be real. Wake up, Pumper. You've been wrong about every fucking take for the last 3 years. What, do you think you woke up and you're right all of a sudden? I mean, Pumper, I love you and you're hilarious, but at the end of the day, holy shit. Guy's been wrong about everything. All of a sudden, now, oh, I'm right. You're wrong about everything, Pump. Can you find me a take you were right about? Is there a singular take you can hang your hat on? And no, Keely Ringo being graded 70th in the NFL of cornerbacks is not a win for you. Okay? That's not a win for you, Pumper. Well, he's the 70th best corner. I was kind of right about Ringo. Oh, yeah. The 70th ranked corner in the NFL. That's a good one, Pump. No costume for me, Siglord. I'll fucking never wear another costume. Oh, it's Halloween. What's everybody doing? I'm sure you guys all have grandiose plans and you're going to go party and drink and do all these goofy things on Halloween. Dressed up. Grown adults dressing up will never not be weird as hell to me. All right? Pumper's dressed up. I know he is. Original Philly. I don't even know what it means. A Jamaican. What the fuck does that even mean? I have no idea what it means. Josh B, that's a little different. If you have kids, then you get a pass. I'm not talking about that. Josh B, I'm talking about the grown adults who have like Halloween parties, like with grown-ups, not like drinking parties. I'm not talking about kids. If you have kids and you dress up with your son or your daughter, yeah, duh. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about grown adults who are mingling with their grown adult friends in face paint and costumes. That is what I call a fucking weird. Dressing with kids, not an issue. Not an issue, obviously. Rome says, lighten up, Z. No, Rome, no. Lighten up. Fuck that, Rome. Lighten up. Do I look like I want to lighten up right now, Rome? Really? Is that what it looks like to you? That I want to lighten up? Holy moly. Don't lose your, I don't know what that means. Gang says that's completely, I don't know if you're talking to me. I have no intention of dehumanizing anybody. I just think it's weird to dress up if you're an adult and you're going to a party with a bunch of adults in a fucking outfit and face paint. It's the weirdest shit I've ever seen. But hey, I can only speak for myself. I can only speak for myself. Your ass was weird. I know it was, Sal. That's the last costume I've ever worn in my life. He's nuts. Says 3 firsts for an alien is a steal. Exactly. A steal. A steal. Yeah, handing out candy, fine. It's for the kids. Halloween is for the kids. Halloween is for kids. Okay? It's for kids. It's for kids. It's for children. Go ahead. Be your favorite superhero. Do whatever. Dress up as your favorite football player. Whatever. It's for kids. If you're Josh B or you're somebody else and you got kids and they want you to draw your dirty hair and you want to dress up, sure. I'm sure when I have kids and my daughter looks at me and says, Daddy, I want you to dress up with me, I'm going to do it. What I'm not going to do is make plans with my homie. Hey, I'm coming over, dog. What face paint are you rocking tonight, bro? You got a wig I can borrow? Holy shit, bro. Almond Joy. Ugh. I really, Almond Joy? Ugh. That's nasty. I mean, holy shit. Dawood, I don't know what's wrong with these people, man. I don't know what's wrong with these people. I don't know what's wrong, man. The thought of Myles Garrett and Eagle Green is just amazing. I mean, I can't even imagine. I really can't. I get it. I might be Delulu, and it's probably not going to happen. Let's call a spade a spade. It's probably not going to happen. But good Lord. If they're willing to do it, I'm doing it. And I know the Eagles are willing too, by the way. So for Twiz and Brian, they wouldn't do it. And there was some guy in here. I forget who it was. Hugh God, I think it was. I don't know if you're still in here. I saw you saying, oh, you can't trade 3 first-rounders for a guy that old. Bullshit. Super Bowl windows are short. We've had 60 years in the Super Bowl era. We've won total 2 Super Bowls. How many have we been to total? 4? 4 total have we been to? Is that right? We've won 2 and we've been to 4? Or have we been to 5? You got a window here with a young team, a team that's been to 2 Super Bowls in 3 years. And your only problem is you can't get pressure from the edge if your life depended on it. A guy who retired a couple of weeks ago is still our leading edge rusher. A guy who retired a couple weeks ago is still our leading edge rusher. Think about that. Yeah, let me make sure I keep the edge rushers who are young on that team because they can't get more sacks than Zadarius Smith, who played 4 fucking games. Holy moly. I would give 4 first. I don't even care. I would give 4 first. What are you holding on to first-round picks for? We have a window right now. Deshae, let me ask you something, Deshae. The Cowboys. Have the Cowboys ever had a dynasty? Yeah, they have. Have the Commanders ever had a dynasty? Yeah, they have. Have the Giants ever had a dynasty? Maybe not as good, but yeah, they have. Don't you want a dynasty, Deshae? The 49ers had a dynasty. Don't you want one of those? Do you think that's going to be available to you at all times? Don't you want to win multiple Super Bowls in an era, the Jalen Hurts era and the Nick Sirianni era? Don't you want to cement yourself as a dynasty? Don't you want to be able to come to the conversation with all the other teams who've had dynasties? Don't you want that? I don't care about it. It sounds like an Ohio State fan to me. I know it's not chip season. That's what I'm trying to tell these people. You get Myles Garrett and you go win a couple more Super Bowls. Guess what? Jalen Hurts is a Hall of Famer. Nick Sirianni's a Hall of Famer. And the Cowboys are crying more tears than they've ever cried in their lives. We don't have one of those. We don't have one of those. Myles Garrett improves our chances greatly. A lot more than Nolan Smith does or future first-round picks do. If we got Myles Garrett this year and he stayed healthy, we would win the Super Bowl. We would win the Super Bowl. I agree, Brandon. I'd lock us in too. Holy moly! I'm fired up. I never thought I'd be this fired up about Cleveland Browns football. But that team absolutely stinks. That general manager is still living off of working for Howie. I mean, how long has this guy been the GM? When did the Browns hire Andrew Berry? When did the Browns hire Andrew Berry? What, Google doesn't work anymore? You can't give me a damn answer to that? January of 2020. January of 2020. It's 25. We're going on 2026, bro. Your team still blows 5 years later. You are not Howie Roseman. You are not even close to Howie Roseman. You are not even to be mentioned in the same conversation as Howie Roseman. In fact, if you're Andrew Berry, the greatest accolade that you have in your career is working for Howie Roseman. Not anything you did with Cleveland. His greatest accolade as a general manager is the fact that he worked for Howie Roseman. Holy shit. That's his greatest 5 years. 5 years as the GM. Greatest accolade. Oh, I worked for Howie. That was John's entire premise today. Well, Andrew Berry, he comes from the Howie Roseman camp. He's not going to trade Myles. That's the entire premise. Why is this guy talked about like he knows how to do business like Howie Roseman? Because he worked for him once upon a time in 2018. Why is that the thought process? You have a dinner with Howie one time and now you're the same level of GM? You got to be kidding me. Andrew Berry has collectively stunk for the Cleveland Browns. He has stunk for the Cleveland Browns. Curtis says, no, Z, the premise was prioritizing the trend. Oh, yeah, Curtis, and how's that worked out? Curtis, can you tell me how that's worked out? How's that worked out for the Browns? The shitty Browns, who are once again, Curtis, 2-6. They've had Myles the whole time, Curtis. They've had Myles the whole time. How's prioritizing the trenches working out for him right now, Curtis? You let me know how that's working out for him. Because it ain't working at all. Again, the guy's living off a fairy tale that he worked with Howie, so he's a smart GM. He's not. He's a bad GM. It's been 5 years. The team blows. Still the team blows. Still, 5 years later, team sucks. Oh, Andrew Berry's doing a great job. Huh? Z, breathe. I'm good, Keith. Why are you yelling? Ryan, why are you here? Nobody asked you to be here. You don't like the yelling? Get the fuck out of here. I don't give a shit. But it goes down as the Howie dynasty. Good. Right now, it doesn't go down as the Howie dynasty because we don't have a dynasty. We don't have a dynasty. We are collectively, right now, as it stands, if you look at the whole picture, we are still the least successful franchise in our own division. Still. We're the least successful franchise in our own division. But nobody, keep the picks. Why do we need it? Well, we don't need Myles. Why do we want Myles Garrett? Yeah, let's make sure we keep drafting in the future. No, we're not, Twiz. Every single one has more rings than us, Twiz. Every one in our division. We have the least Super Bowl rings of any team in our own division, Twiz. What are you now, a cowboy? Are you delusional? We have the least Super Bowl rings of any team in our division. Cowboys have what? 5 rings? 6 rings? Giants got how many? 4? Redskins had what? 3? All right, we have 2. You keep telling yourself that, though, Twizzler. You keep telling yourself. These knows. What's up, brother? We do have a dynasty on our hands. We are 2-1 in 8 years. If we win this, it'll almost be solidified. Wrong. Two completely different regimes, D's. When you look back, it'll be viewed completely differently. And that's why someone who says the Howie Roseman dynasty might make a lot of sense. You have two new coaches, two different head coaches, and two different quarterbacks. At least when the Niners changed the coach, they had the same quarterback. It's two different regimes. Now, Howie's the only common denominator. Oh, Twiz, I see Twiz is going back to the 1940s to count pre-Super Bowl era. Oh, yeah. Oh, Twiz, you sound like a fucking Cowboy fan. Remember, Twiz, you rip the Cowboys all the time. Haven't won since the 90s. Now you're literally bringing up wins from the 1940s and 50s? The Super Bowl era, I said, Twiz. Listen, Twiz. Listen. Super Bowl era. There's been 60 of them. 59. We're going into 60 this year. We have 2. Cowboys have 5. Giants have what? 4? And the Commanders have 3. We're the worst team in the division, Twiz. Why is that so hard for you to admit? We have had the least success in the Super Bowl era of any team in our division. Remember, the way we quantify success is Super Bowls. Q, I'm happy that I've convinced you. Let's go get Garrett. D says, I'm the one who said that, Howie Dynasty. You're right, Dees. It's the Howie Dynasty then. That's fair. Here's Pumper. Going from a left-hand Gabriel to a right-hand Gabriel. Not a big difference. We have a sleeping giant wearing number 16, and he's there collecting dust. So the only reason Pumper doesn't like my trade idea is because he wants to trade Jalen Hurts. That's it. Here's Paparo. We've won the most games since 2000. Okay, we have 2 Super Bowls in 60 years. Capitalize on the opportunity or let it slip. What does that mean? Hey, we won a lot of games. What do you want, a trophy for second place, Paparo? What do you want, a cookie? Paparo, aren't you one of the same people who says, hey, Lamar Jackson's not that good, he never won, or Josh Allen's not that good, they never won a Super Bowl, or hey, we're a better organization than those guys because we win more. Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback because he won more Super Bowls, right? Now all you care about is winning games? Now Super Bowls aren't the most important thing? A lot of contradictions in here today, folks. Curtis says, Zander is ripping the Browns, now the Birds. He's going scorched earth until Myles is freed from the clutches of Andrew Barrett. I'm not ripping the Birds. I'm simply pointing out an honest fact. We have been the least successful franchise in our own division in the Super Bowl era. That's an objective fact. If your metric for success is Super Bowl championships, which all of you tell me it is when you talk about Jalen Hurts, if that's the metric for success, we are the least successful. That's a fact. That's not a rip. I'm not ripping the Birds. The Birds are the best team in football right now. The Birds are the best GM in football right now. The Birds roster is head and heels above most other teams. Dees Nuss says Super Bowl this year would give us 4 appearances in 8 years, and a win would make us 3-1. That's that. You're right, Dees. That's why we need to get Garrett. 4th and Philly says, make it happen, Howie. F them picks. Thank you, 4th and Philly, for having a brain. Thank you, 4th and Philly. I need everybody to wake up and smell the roses. Wake up and smell the coffee. Sig Lord with the smartest comment of the day. This is a bigger issue for Andrew Berry than anything. Andrew Berry is trying to convince the owner that the trade is worth it without him ending up fired. It'll take some lobbying. Sig Lord, thank you for bringing a smart chat to the conversation, because 7 first-round picks is the best way to rebuild the Browns. But do you trust Andrew Berry to do it? And Sig Lord is correct. If you give up on Myles Garrett, the owner's going to start to think about, do we want a new regime who's going to build the future of the Browns? Sig Lord with the take of the day. Sig Lord with the take of the day. HKP, I agree. He's getting fired regardless. Maybe that's why he's holding on to Myles. He ain't going to make the picks anyway. What does he care about the picks for? Right, HKP? Why would he care about first-round picks if he's getting fired? We get Garrett. It makes everyone around. Jeff, 100%. Jalen Carter gets better. Jordan Davis gets better. Zach Bond gets better. Nakobe Dean gets better. Quinyon and Cooper get better. Keely Ringo gets better. Crowley, go Texas, baby. We got a game tonight, right? We got a game tonight, right? I finally ordered. Ooh, Celtics tonight. Let's go. Let's go. What is the NBA Cup? All right, so having been out of basketball for the last 2 years and getting a little bit more back into it again, what is this cup bullshit? What is the NBA Cup? Is it a load of bullshit, or should I care about it? Should I care about it, or is it bullshit? Sig Lord, HKP. Should I care about it, or is it bullshit? It's bullshit. Blind Mind says it's bullshit. The cup is a load of BS. Okay. In-season tournament. Okay, so a crock of shit, but they're trying to add a little bit of fun in season. I'm cool with that. But it's not a championship. It's none of that crap. Okay. Sig Lord, kind of my take as well. Kind of bullshit, kind of fun. All right, I like it. They're just adding some in-season stuff. I remember. I saw it talked about a little bit last year, but I just have to read up on like the rules and stuff, how it works. Christopher Michael says, to make it happen, how far are you willing to go? I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I'm willing to do whatever it takes, Christopher Michael. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. If that's 3 1s, a 3, and Nolan, goodbye and good riddance. Goodbye. You could combine 3 1s together to make a super pick, and the 3, and Nolan, and put them in a blender and try and create the biggest superstar you can come up with, and you still wouldn't come up with Myles Garrett. You still wouldn't. Maxey is a complete Paparo. Congrats. You had a good take. He's a superstar. He's not a star. He's not a star or an all-star or a great player. He is a superstar. He is a player you build the team around. Tyrese Maxey is a superstar. 100%. To be honest, I don't blame you. See, I've been getting into hockey. Wild Bear, I love hockey. I love hockey. Christopher says, I agree. I'd pack Nolan's bags for him. Me too. I'll drive him to the airport. I'll pay his baggage fees. I don't give a shit. Yimbo with $5. Thank you. If you meant to put a comment, just put the comment down below. You don't need a super again, and I'll read your comment. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. Z, if the Eagles had to go 1-16 every year for 9 years, but on the 10th year they win the Super Bowl, is that success? No, that's not success. That's a one-off. That's a one-off. That's a one-off. I agree. 76ers could make a run. Well, it depends on Joel. It really depends. If Joel can give you what he gave you the other night, 25 minutes, 20 points. And I need better. Here's my problem with Joel right now. When you have great guards, fast guards like we have right now with Maxey and Grimes and Edgecombe and all these guys, you need a real center. And I don't say that from a sense that Joel is not a real center. I'm talking about Joel has given you an unconventional center skill set since he's been here. You need a conventional center now. That type of skill set. I need boards. I need great rim defense. That's what you need from a center. I need you to post up on the block at times. Joel doesn't really do those things. And I don't know if he's going to do those things. Bona, you're right. I kind of love the Bona kid. Adem Bona. I kind of love him, Keith. He was a second-round pick last year for this team. But I tell you what, I've been hard on Daryl Morey for some of the trades and some of those things, and Paul George, and you bring in Harden, and you bring in all these different players. He drafts well, man. Tyrese Maxey was like the 21st pick in the draft or something. VJ Edgecombe looks like the steal of the draft. This guy, Brian Pumper, couldn't even get his basketball take right either. VJ Edgecombe is leading basically every freaking metric for rookies. Most points per game, most points, most assists per game. I mean, he's got everything. This dude, VJ Edgecombe, is dominating right now in his first couple games. I know it's a small sample size, but Dawood says Myles is a generational talent. Comes around every 25 years. Agreed, Dawood. He's that good. He's the modern day Reggie. That's why he's that good. And most people don't realize it because he's on Cleveland. Zander, it's the honeymoon phase. You're falling for the banana. Again, Pumper, I will ask you to point to me where you have been correct about a take on any sports team in the city. Well, you were maybe right about the Phillies. You said they were a fraud, but we all knew they were a fraud. They talk about the song of that organization was about standing in a corner and watching your woman grope another man. Anybody who sings that out loud and makes that the collective song of your team is not going anywhere. Doesn't take a genius to realize that one. All right? I'm in the corner watching you kiss her. Who the fuck says this shit? Who the fuck sings this shit? Better yet, who made that the song of a professional sports team? I'll never forget when I went to the World Series game in 22 or whenever it was, and I pulled up to the lot. I got my fiance, she was my girlfriend at the time, in the car, and we pull into the lot, and there's some dude blaring this song at his car. I looked over at my woman, I said, this team ain't winning. By the way, they got no hit that night. That was the game they got no hit in the World Series. Bunch of softies. The Phillies. I'm sorry, guys. The Phillies. I'm on the Phillies right now where I was on the Sixers 3 years ago. Done with it. Done with the bullshit. Talk about banana in the tailpipe, Pumper. The Phillies are a banana in the tailpipe. Now that is a banana in the tailpipe. VJ Edgecombe is not. Every athletic measurable he has, Pumper, is elite, elite, elite. He was the most elite athlete in the entire NBA draft, excuse me. And then he comes in and he has this type of mentality with the way he's approached his rookie year. He's not shy. He doesn't shy away from any moment. He's aggressive. He plays with confidence. He's got a smooth jump shot. He gets to the rim. He's afraid of nothing with elite athleticism and a good jump shot. I don't think Edgecombe is the banana in the tailpipe. The Phillies are. Edgecombe is not, in my opinion. Here's Yimbo because you said $5. Appreciate it. For the people hanging on to the 3 first-round picks, have to realize that the success rate with Howie's draft, we can afford to give those picks away to make contracts and defense for the next 2 to 3 years. I agree. He's a role player. No, he's not, Pumper. You just want to be right, Pumper. That's it. You just want to be right. When I'm wrong, I'm okay with being wrong. You're not. You just want Ace Bailey to be the better pick. Right now, based on the information we have on October 31st, the Sixers made the right pick. If he starts to play like shit, maybe. But you just want to be right. You'll say anything so you can be right. Curtis, Zander, it's rumored the Patriots offered a 2 for AJ. Yeah, I tried telling people that AJ was somebody was legitimately in here telling me that AJ Brown was gonna get us 2 first-round picks if we trade them. I legitimately got that comment and it was real. Somebody was legitimate with it. Second-round pick is about right for AJ right now. He's a 28-year-old receiver making $32 million. Second-round pick? Yeah. Sounds about right. No. Pin, I don't think we'd have to let anybody go. I don't think they're going to pay Nolan Smith. That was $25 million we thought we were going to pay. Carter, we thought was going to make 40. I think he's more looking at 32. The cap space is going to go up another $25 million. And let me look at the cap hits for you. The cap hits that we would assume are right there. 1.2 this year, 8.1 next year, 16.1 in 27, 21 and 28. 29 and 30 is effectively BS because Howie will restructure by then. Cap hit's not a problem. The only problem contractually with Myles Garrett to the Eagles is getting Andrew Berry to take on that $40 million dead cap next year, which the Eagles could maneuver. You can help them with that. Happy Halloween, Zander and chat. What's your favorite candy? I don't know. I was just going on a Halloween rampage. I don't know. Fucking whatever they got. Reese's. Who knows? Butterfinger. I love a Butterfinger. Reese's, Butterfinger. I don't know. Reese's Egg Cups. There you go. Good one, Twiz. Your first good take of the day. Welcome to the party, Twizzler. Here's Pump. Not going to happen, and I'll be here to tell you I told you so. You're not telling me so. It's very unlikely for it to happen. I never preface this conversation by saying it's likely going to happen. You're saying they shouldn't do it or wouldn't do it. They would do it. The Eagles would do it. With the last 4 of their social on name. I don't know what that means, Pumper. Ryan says, Zander, if you want to do Sixers talk, get Kayla Santiago on. Kayla used to work with us, Ryan. I know Kayla well. She's good. She's good talent. I don't really need anybody if I wanted to, but I got you. Stoner says, Z, didn't mean a one-off. Hypothetically speaking, for the last 60 years, would it be successful to watch Eagles go 1-16 for 9 years and then on the 10th year win a Super Bowl? 6 rings by now. I'm kind of missing what you're trying to say, Stoners. All right. Zander on the BS today. Good, Fredo. You could use some of that. The only BS you've been selling is that Bad Bunny is good. I know, that's why I said it. I was just trying to help with an idea. All right, Ryan, don't get all in your feelings. Holy shit. Z, hope you enjoyed the Michael Carter pickup. That's all we're getting. Roll Philly is actually hilarious. That's why I like Roll Philly. He gives me a lot of shit. He doesn't like a lot of my takes, but he is funny as fuck. You think so, Roll Philly? Oh, man. Michael Carter. You want Myles Garrett? Hope you enjoy Michael Carter. That's funny. That is funny. All right, I'm getting out of here. I'm sick of this shit. I got a bunch of stuff to do. It's the bye week. You know, when you're in my world, let me just walk you guys through something. When you're in my world and you cover the Eagles and you work 7 days a week and you got games on Sunday and you're doing all these different things, You know, all the people in my life, my fiance, my family, my brother, my sister, they all like collectively plan my bye week for me. It's like, okay, Zander is a bye week. Time to load up the schedule for him on the weekend. Time to get everything done that he needs to get done. It's the bye week. I would like to sit my ass on the couch and watch football. But no. I can't do that. Good night. We'll see you Sunday breaking that Garrett trade to the Eagles, Zander. Eduardo, I would be happy to be online. If the Eagles trade for Myles Garrett on Sunday, I will literally stream all day. I will stream all day. Yeah, roll Philly. I'm ready for that. I'd rather be occupied by the kids, though. I mean, if they give me shit, that's fine. When you got dumb shit, it's just like, holy God. Christopher Michael. That's a hilarious comment. Christopher Michael, that's classic. All right, thanks everybody for all the love today. All right. A lot of good commentary. The losers of the day. Who are the losers of the day today? I'm putting number 1, Twiz. Dude's in Delulu land. Number 2, B Pump. All right, that's third. That's the second loser. Who's the third loser? I'm going to go J-Mac today. Talking about Andrew Berry like he's Howie Roseman. 3 losers of the day. Twiz, Pumper, and Johnny Mac. Winners of the day. 1, Z. 2, who's the guy? D's News or whatever his name was. And number 3, Myles Garrett. Welcome to Philly, Myles Garrett. Those are your 3 winners. 3 losers. Twiz, Pump, Johnny Mac. 3 winners. Z, D's, and Myles Garrett. Woo! Now we're talking. Now we are talking. Oh, Paparo, you are my honorary 4th loser of the day. Oh, wait. I have an honorary winner and an honorary loser. All right? These you might get crossed off the list. Sorry. Honorary loser is number 4, and it is. Who is it? Stephen Paparo, loser of the day. And our honorary winner of the day is 4 Stig Lord. Boom. I'm writing on a whiteboard if you're wondering what I'm doing over here. I'm writing the winners and the losers of the day. Sig Lord, congratulations on being an honorary winner of the day. Okay? Paparo, congratulations to being an honorary loser of the day. Ryan, I'll make you an honorary loser another time, but you couldn't even qualify for that. Good sip of coffee. Oh, Underdog, you missed a legendary show. 5th loser is you for waking up late and just tuning in. Underdog, you missed a legendary one. I was erupting on these fools who told me we shouldn't want Myles fucking Garrett. They're trying to keep 3 first-round picks that are going to be 28 to 32 to not get Myles Garrett. I'm out of here. I'm done with the show today. It's Halloween. I hate adults who dress up for Halloween. I got to watch it all day today. I'm going to go on social media. There's going to be a bunch of nerds in costumes. And now I got to listen to all you idiots. Thanks. Now you've really pissed me off for Halloween. Flying mine. I'm sure you're going out for Halloween. I heard you and Twiz got a date. A Halloween date. Tyler Braswell gives 5 memberships. Thank you, Braswell. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, dog. I appreciate you. All right? I appreciate you. Holy mackerel. I really got to get out of here. Where's my boy, Big Mike? Big Mike, how many goodbyes am I up to today? Twiz, too late, Twiz. Too late, Twizzler. Go get ready for your date with Secunda. What are you dressing up as? Wendy Wu? What are you dressing up as, Twiz? Huh? What's the costume of the night, Twiz? You goofy? Oh, man. Remember to turn the stove on. I don't turn the stove on. Not a problem for me, Big Trag. All right. Well, I got to go with Twiz. Flying Mine, that's who I grouped you with. All right. You and the Twizzler are going out tonight for Halloween. You're dressed as who? Flying Mine, who you dressed as? Who you dressed as? Netanyahu? Who you dressed as, Secunda? Benjamin Netanyahu? Oh, man. Who are you going as, Secunda? Oh, man. Let me get out of here before I start pissing people off too much. Twiz and Secunda, y'all are out of here. I love how Twiz started crying. I wouldn't go as modern day Hitler. That's mine. I don't know who you'd go as. I was just messing with you, trying to get a response, and I see it appears it worked. Brandon, don't play me like that, dude. Brandon, don't be putting any of those red emojis on there like that. All right? Please, don't do it. Chuck Hutton says he met his wife on Halloween. Now that, folks, for those of you who are not married or who are looking for a wife, maybe you're not, all right? But for those of you looking for a wife, I would urge you to not follow my boy Chuck's lead. Chuck, I love you, and I'm sure your wife is amazing, and I'm sure your marriage and your family is phenomenal. Do not follow the lead of Mr. Chuck Hutton. Finding your wife on Halloween is what I would call a bad idea. 35 years ago might have been a little different. Might be the only thing that's saving you there, Chuck, is that it was 35 years ago. All right. Rumor is Sig Lord's going to find his wife on Halloween. Wild Bear's a girl. She's like, wait, why? I'm going out tonight to find a husband. Oh, are you, Wild Bear? Oh, are you? Well, take my advice. Take my advice, Wild Bear. Don't do it. Don't do it. Twiz says this is a Mark Holmes delusion. Twiz, I never said I thought we were getting him. I said it's a no-brainer to send the house for the guy. In fact, they're 2-6. What you have to do, Twiz, is make the offer so good that the dumbass owner, Jimmy Haslam, steps in again, just like he did for Deshaun Watson. Step in. Step in. The deal is too good. Myles Garrett to the Philadelphia Eagles. But here's Twiz. No, we don't want Myles. We actually need the picks. We need the picks. Wild Bear, good stuff. All right. Big Mike, what's my goodbye count? I'm about to say it again. Quote me right, bozo. Okay, Twizzler. Here's Bob Brown. Zander, if I'm Haslam, I'd trade Garrett for Howie. Yeah, I'm not doing that if I'm the Eagles. Picks me nothing if you draft like shit. So you think they're going to send Barry back to the Browns? I don't want that guy. He fucking stinks. I just got done telling you how much he stinks. Guy's living up the reputation of Roseman still. Dolphins just fired their GM. I don't know what they're waiting on the head coach. I don't know what they're waiting on the head coach. Wait, you know what's interesting about that? Is that he might have been trying to trade some people. Does this change whether we could get Bradley Chubb or Jalen Phillips? Let me text John real quick. I'm going to text John. Say, does this help or hurt a potential trade for Chubb or Phillips? In my opinion, it hurts. In my opinion, it hurts. Yeah, Garrett equals a dynasty, but Twiz doesn't want that. Twiz wants to be a middler. That's what I'm going to start calling Twiz. He's a middler. He's like in the middle of a seesaw. Twiz is the Mr. Middle. Mr. Middle, Twiz. That's right. It's like Aton. You're Mr. Middle. Mr. Middle, Papa, Twizzler. It's either a fire sale or they're trading nobody. Twiz says, I give my left nut for Garrett, you buffoon. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you would, Twiz. You thought you got a hot date in about an hour with John Secunda? Who knows where I pulled that line from? The only movie I'll ever quote. All right? The only movie I'll ever quote. I'm waiting for John to answer me. Let's see what he says. He should answer soon, unless he's out. I've never seen somebody have more honey-do list than John. Trade a first-round pick for Kyle Pitts. Lord Zed, let me add you to the list of losers today. First-round pick for Kyle Pitts? I wouldn't trade a 3 for Kyle Pitts. Yeah, let me trade a first-round pick for Kyle Pitts. Lord, wake up. Please, wake up from your nap, from your slumberland. Chubb would be fantastic. Quantum, I'm not sure if it's I think them firing the GM is either going to make that easy or it's going to make that hard. But think about it. Is an interim GM going to be allowed to make these types of trades? Thank you, underdog. Thank you. The Cleveland Browns have way more use for 3 firsts than they do for Myles Garrett. Oh, look. Why am I not surprised? Underdog, who has a working, functional brain like some of you don't, it's about prying them away from the Browns. And Sig Lord, the reason he was one of my winners today, brought up the real issue. If you're the owner, you want the picks, but do you trust the GM to make the picks? That's why Andrew Berry's holding on to him. It's not because he thinks they're going to win soon, like John was trying to tell me. Browns aren't going to win soon. Browns aren't going to win soon. He's holding on because he knows he's cooked anyway. Like HKP said, and Sig Lord brought up. That's the decision for the owner. Twiz is still crying. I've never seen somebody cry so much. Boy, you really are Secunda today. Actually, Secunda doesn't really cry. He kind of trolls. I got a new name for Twiz. It's TJ. Twiz, you are now TJ. All right? You are now TJ. Twiz. TJ. 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 Fine, I got you, bro. You're a goofy, but you don't cry. I do agree with that. And what John's typing, I'm waiting to see what he's saying. John says, hard to tell. Depends on the marching orders from Ross. May want to press pause or tell him to sell. Exactly what I was thinking. As part of the deal, Howie should offer to make the draft. That's classic, Dirty Air. That is classic. TJ, don't your hens need tending to or something? Mayan. This is why I love the guy. He doesn't care what anybody says to him. He just doubles down on his takes. I love it. Flying Mayan, I respect it. I do. I respect it. I respect somebody that puts their foot in the sand and stays there. Zander, you're 4.5 goodbyes so far today. Once I get the 5, I'm out of here. Once I get the 5, I'm out of here. Yeah, Yepa says, what are they winning? The toilet bowl? They ain't even winning that. Even TJ would tell you that. All right? Even TJ would admit that. I'm done. I am absolutely done. Yes, underdog, that is allowed. It would take some maneuvering, but underdog, the cap hits aren't even crazy. The cap hits aren't even crazy. Oh, shit. Cooking on the Hexclad. You know, it's crazy, Rico. I actually know what that is. I got an ad for that once on Instagram, and I commented on it. Believe me, you need to retarget this ad. I am the wrong target audience. This ad is falling on deaf ears. Looks like you got a great pan, though. Looks like you got a good pan there, Hexclad. You might want to refresh your ad parameters. All right? It's reaching the wrong people. Holy shit. All right, we get to watch the Sixers tonight. I get to watch VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey tonight. And Quentin Grimes, for that matter, who's playing like a stud. I'm out of here. I am out of here. I agree, underdog. I'm with you. I'm out of here. Big Mike, whatever the counter is up to, you let me know. TJ, take a lap. Secunda, good rebound today. Congratulations to myself, to Dees, to Myles Garrett, and to Siglord for being the winners of the day. I'll add a 5th honorary underdog. And I'm sorry to TJ, to Pumper, to Johnny Mack, and to Papara for being the losers of the day. Love all you guys. See you next time, everybody.